Well, I started doing internships in college. And, well, I guess it started with my love of music, which I've always had, and I just always went to concerts. I had to lie to my parents to go to concerts, you know, Marilyn Manson. Then I started going to more arts performances when I was in college because I was studying music, classical music, piano, and music history. And since I was studying a Mozart symphony, I wanted to go hear it performed, which really made me appreciate it even more. So I really just fell in love with orchestral music, chamber music, recitals, opera, and ballet. I mean, I love performances. I still have not left my rock loves either. But so I started doing internships in college. I worked at House of Blues doing promotions, and at Louisiana Music Factory with Jerry Brock. And then I think my first job in the arts was at the Houston Ballet, and I was a telemarketer selling ticket subscriptions. And everyone thinks that that sounds horrible, but I loved it because I was in the Houston Ballet offices, and I could talk about Romeo and Juliet, which I loved, and I got paid for it too. And then I think I also interned at, God, I did so many. Houston Grand Opera, Decamera of Houston. I did stuff at the Contemporary Arts Center in New Orleans. I always volunteered there. So then, after I graduated from college, I think my resume was pretty good to get me a job at the Houston Symphony, where I was the artistic and production assistant. And our department booked the artists, the guest violinists, guest conductors, and I worked with the orchestra, you know, sending out information that I would get from the conductors. And I worked with the management companies in New York, who we negotiated the fee and the contract with to bring the artists to Houston. So that's how I made the connections in New York. And so I was working with IMG when I heard about someone leaving, and I applied.